We are back with you now on Wave Listens Live. Elder Advisor still here. As promised, Amy Wheatley from Stein Law.
Sounded disappointed. Elder Advisor.
You did. It was kind of a letdown.
Well, I was just going to let her start because there's probably a lot you want to get to.
After that introduction?
Please,
That
Amy.
poor girl, I was beating her up before. Now you just finished it.
Get this train back on the track.
Yeah, right? Giddy up.
I just figured I didn't want to, if she had something to say, I was...
Look, Amy Wheatley is a hell of an attorney.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is.
Okay,
We know
and
you
with
are.
that, we're going to talk to Amy.
Yeah.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks so much.
It's good to see you. You're going to be at one of the workshops.
I am. I'm going to be in Madison.
Okay. Talk
Yeah.
about your expertise, where it helps people, especially at the workshops.
Well, I love to always start off the workshops by asking, how many of you guys have a will? You know, and a lot of people will raise their hand, and I'll say, okay, and that's great, you've planned. So how, after you pass away, how does the will work? What do you have to do? And they're all like, what? You know, like,
what's step two?
Yeah, exactly. And then when you explain to them, oh, well, the will's great, and it tells everybody, you know, what you want to have happen after you pass away. Unfortunately, you got to take that to court. In order to make it happen. It doesn't just happen automatically. And, you know, as anyone knows, whenever you go to court, you got to have an attorney. And when you have an attorney, you got to pay money.
Right.
And so, you know, a lot of people are shocked when they find out, like, oh my gosh, you got to have more than just a will.
I think that's an interesting point you brought up, because Larry and Lindsay, how many parts of the estate planning process are there where there is that step two behind, you thought you did something behind door number one and then you didn't even think past that first step?
Well, Brian, the reality is when we're doing the workshops, you know, whether it's a crisis plan, we can help for husband and wife. If it's a single person, we can help because we can still protect about half the assets. And the third variable is, and that's when everybody's hands go up, is, you know, how many people simply want to avoid these problems, get in front of them, give themselves peace of mind. Thank you for the red sash. And how many want to avoid the problems? All the hands go up. In almost every case, not every, but in almost every case, there is a legal component there. Lindsay aren't attorneys. We're not talk show professionals. We're not production engineers. We do the financial part. So we're delighted to have Kelly Reeves in the Louisville and then Amy Wheatley from Stein Law on Tuesday, because we need a legal component for people to really make use of the rules. And the building block is a power of attorney. And I just continue to be amazed at how many people don't have a power of attorney.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And I'll talk to some people and they go, well, we'll get one when we need it. Well, that's usually going to be too late, because if Mother Jones or Dad fell, or they have a cognitive issue, they're not in a position to do that. So that's why we do the workshops, to get people to think outside the box. And I'm delighted to have Amy coming up for the Madison workshop to talk on the legal nuances, because we're not attorneys.
And I think as far as estate planning, get your ducks in a row, that kind of thinking, things that any 60-plus-year-old person should be thinking about, whether they're married or single or recently widowed, and some of those it becomes even more important. But it's just, oh, well, I'll do it when I need to.
Yeah.
Well, then it's too late. And
Train wreck.
you know, this is people don't plan to fail; they fail to plan, and that's just what it is. I mean, that's just what it is, and it's not. It's tough. I don't want to minimize it. It's tough stuff. It's hard stuff to talk about. This is your life, right? Your life's work a lot of times, but it's easy. Like it's easy. And working with Amy, doing the legal component makes it easy. And then having our team kind of doing the financial part, it makes it easy. And when you're on the other side of it, usually just in 3 short meetings, you're set.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. And you can sleep better at night. We hear it all the time from our clients that are just, I just feel better. I feel better that it's done. So nobody wants to do it until it's too late, and then you haven't done it, and then it's a real mess. And it ends up being more troublesome, more headache, more expensive. They don't recognize that, you know. So deal with it. It's proactive. It is empowering. It's an empowering process.
Yeah, and feels good to kind of get that part behind you. Amy, for you, when people come up to you at the workshops and they're asking you for advice and different things, is there anything that we can do at home while we're planning before we head to the workshops that we can get ready, that if we have questions for you when we're there, it will make it easier for you to answer them?
Well, yeah, and I do answer a lot of questions at the workshops for people, and you know, but then I also do, we do schedule day, and you know, I will look at documents for them if they've already got things. I'm happy to look at it and see if it needs to be updated. You know, just making sure that you have an idea of what it is you're trying to do and what you're trying to protect. And yeah, those are the kind of things you can handle coming in.
And a lot of times folks come in and, you know, we're all sitting in a room and Amy's looking over and was like, I think you're good to go.
Yeah.
I think you're good to go. And so, wouldn't that be nice, Kentuckiana, to just have that reassurance in
Professional telling you that,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Well, and it's no secret, I'm high energy, I'm type A. Hello, Kentuckiana. But, I love what I do. I'm truly blessed. I'm living, I'm not existing. If this is my speed, fast. Because the thing is, if you're burning through $10,000, $12,000 a month, let's get it done, people.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get it done. I've got a guy, Mr. Gary, coming in tomorrow morning, got to get some paperwork signed and stuff. I'll meet him on a weekend. I'll meet families on a Sunday. No one does that. I'll do it. Lindsay does it. Because this stuff is urgent, it's got to get done. And then if we need a legal component, Amy's always available for a phone call or a text to help us on that legal part, because we're not attorneys. We don't do the legal stuff. Amy Wheatley does a phenomenal job at Stein Law to cross that bridge so you don't go broke in a nursing home. That's why we're doing the workshops. Come out Monday in Louisville at the Hilton Garden Inn, Crittenden Drive, exit 132, I-65, next to Gate 4 and Cracker Barrel. Lindsay suggests biscuits and gravy.
Yes.
Post Cracker Barrel. Come on in.
Tuesday. I don't need you chiming in.
You're making me hungry.
No, right. And then for the food. And then Tuesday, back up in Madison at the Fairfield Inn at the historic Eagle Cotton Mill right down by the river, so you don't go broke in a nursing home. And Kentuckiana, 1 o'clock. They start at 1 o'clock for February.
And you sleep
kind of
in
move it
a
up,
little.
let you sleep in with the weather and stuff like that, so you
Thank
don't
you,
go
Larry.
broke in a nursing
Yeah,
home.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was all but written up in the green room from the attorney. I don't do anything until about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, well, la-di-da, I'm not a lawyer. I got to work for a living.
Yeah, well, that's why we schedule it exactly when we do.
I mean, poor little Amy Stein, she's there at 7 in the morning for a princess to roll in at 11 in the morning.
Well,
But I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know anything about it.
That's why you got a team.
Hey, I got to say hi to Gus and Connie Kleederman back out of Bridgepoint Gardens. Hello, people.
Okay, we got 15 seconds. Any other hellos?
Come to the workshop. If you are 60-something
She got
right
you.
now, Kentuckiana, if you're 60-something, you need to come to the workshop.
Don't go broke in nursing home. You don't
see you.
have to. Go to freeworkshop.com, 855-LAWYER55. It answers all of your questions.
You guys are great. Have a great time at the workshop.